Alright everybody, welcome. We are live. This is EMP.Money and our daily AMA and live lottery drawing. If you guys can just confirm that you can hear me on YouTube, and then we're good to go.
Good to go, AJ.
Alright, thanks, Bull. Awesome, guys. Well, welcome everybody. Again, this is our daily live AMA, as well as our rollover and detonator. I'll pull that up on my screen shortly. But yeah, we're just want to kind of go over everything. The EMP ecosystem is looking extremely healthy today. We had some incredible new volume come in. Again, I'm not going to dox anybody, but it's a longtime friend of mine that is a very, very large player in the overall crypto ecosystem. And I just had a one-off conversation with him today. One thing led to another, and boom. He's in, he likes the protocol. He's a little hesitant on tomb forks, which I get. I mean, that's why we did what we did with EMP, where we took the underlying protocol and made it even that much better. And once I explained that to him, I think it really clicked. And so we're excited to have him on board. And again, that was about a $40,000 injection into the ecosystem. So I want to start with the most bullish news of all. So there you have it. Again, new people are coming in. We're starting to get attention of the right people, and you know, the peg price is reflecting that. And again, I mean, it's about riding the peg wave, so to speak. I know Bull Gates, one of our longtime members, always says that, and yeah, I mean, it's not the whole ecosystem. Does not live and die by peg, but when we are over peg, it's definitely a great sentiment, and I love the energy in the Telegram when we're all, you know, happy and the boardroom is printing. So I think we'll have a very, very small debt phase at this point because we were not under peg very long at all. So the boardroom should be printing at full burr very, very soon. And yeah, that'll be after this AMA. So, alright, let me pull up Detonator and we'll go from there. I'll do some other announcements and we'll open it up to questions. So, bear with me one moment.
Riding the peg wave is a Couch Money trademark expression.
Wow, alright, excuse me. Yeah, wow, Couch. Sorry, brother. Give credit where credit is due. So, yeah, and that's a beautiful analogy because it is. It's like a never-ending wave or roller coaster, but I like the wave analogy better. So, yeah, Bull, you want to talk about that real fast, about what that means?
Sure. So, let me know if my volume is too high. Like, somebody told me that it was too high. I'm a loud talker to begin with, so let me know if it is too high. Riding the peg wave means that there's going to be times when we're below and above, or right in the middle, and then right above peg. So nothing fundamentally changes except for that the boardroom turns off. That's why it's important that you have a balanced strategy and that so you're earning even if the boardroom is turned off. And, you know, routinely you'll see us post, me or Couch posting a pig surfing, and it's just kind of a funny little picture to remember to ride that peg wave and, you know, try to maximize your opportunities, obviously, when the boardroom is printing, but don't get crazy, you know, obviously not financial advice, you know, make your own choices, but don't go all crazy and get in the boardroom and that's where everything is and then leave it there after that wave is over. The best thing, you know, obviously in life is really to have balance in all phases of your life, and it's applicable to crypto. So remember, there's going to be ups and downs. It's nothing to get dejected about because no wave lasts forever. It'll eventually extinguish, and we need the up and the down. And I use the weather analogy often. If you lived in a place where the weather was perfect, you know, okay, we'll say that's above peg, where the weather is perfect every day. That wouldn't be perfect. That would be normal, and you wouldn't even realize it. So you need these ups and downs to figure out where your strategy is in the space. And so just remember, it's not just about. I'm getting some feedback. It must be from AJ. So just remember, you know, that wave is going to run out at some time. So have a balanced strategy in mind, and that means like you can keep your emotions balanced as well. Is that helpful, AJ?
Hey,
Yeah,
Bull, I got a
absolutely.
question for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead, Kurt.
Hey, man, I got a question for Bull on this. How do you approach your strategy, meaning obviously not financial advice, but in terms of what you're talking about right now, do you, or does the platform recommend, do you leave a certain amount of your boardroom assets in there even when it's not printing, or are you moving it 100% in and out of the boardroom based on whether it's printing?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Kurt. I actually, who am I getting feedback from?
Let me mute.
Can you mute, Kirk? I think I'm getting feedback. Okay, thank you. So truthfully, like, I am not the best maximizer in the world. I keep an amount in my eShare BNB farm, and then I just have eShares that aren't paired up with BNB, and a lot of times that they're not paired up. They just are sitting kind of waiting for the boardroom. And I know that's not the best use of resources, but sometimes, honestly, I'm just lazy about switching things back and forth. And sometimes mentally it's just easier for me to leave it instead of like kind of playing the up and down game. And so I know that when the boardroom prints, it's going to be very productive, but I like the consistency of the farm as well. So basically the amount that I have in the farm, I also keep that amount in eShares that would just be in the boardroom. So it's sort of a 50-50 split between those two things, if that's helpful. But you know, you're gonna have to find out like what works for you. I know my nephew, who I mentioned the other day, he moves it in and out, and that's why he was able to do so well and maximize his returns.
For sure. And yeah, to add to that a little bit, Kurt, again, sorry if you're still muted, you can unmute yourself. But yeah, I agree with Bull. I mean, we can't give financial advice, obviously, but my strategy, at least, you know, is again to basically prioritize EMP LP. I mean, that's always going to be king. But as far as boardroom goes, yeah, I mean, as we start printing, obviously you want to have shares in there, and if you're not monitoring the computer or your phone, you know, 24/7 to know when we're above peg and going to print, then leaving eShares in the boardroom as a kind of a safety net, so to speak, is not necessarily a bad thing. Again, I think a lot of people get caught up in min-maxing and wanting to have the 100% best strategy. But again, from on a long-term horizon, that has a lot less of an impact, you know, than other things. I mean, again, I'd say detonator compounding is like the most important as far as min-maxing. But again, that's all dependent on the size of your bag as well. So yeah, being in and out of the boardroom with eShares, again, I mean, if you're on the computer and monitoring it, you can always, you know, put them into the eShare EMP LP to be able to earn, but you have to have enough liquid EMP to even do that. So again, those are just some high-level, you know, strategies. But does that help, Kurt? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It's interesting, Bull, because that's actually the exact strategy that I've been using. Every time the boardroom prints, I take half of what I have in the boardroom and move it, or I mean half of what I have in the farm and move it to the boardroom, and because I like to keep that consistency going in the farm. So that's so funny that you do it that way, the 50-50 thing, because that's exactly what I've been doing, and I'm not sure, you know, I was just curious how other people were handling it. And then one quick follow-up for you, AJ, on this same thing. Is there any sort of, I think I may have asked this question before, but is there any sort of downside to primarily putting money in the BNB share farm versus the ETH one?
So yeah, I think your question is one more time, Kurt.
Well, I mean, obviously we're always talking about the, you know, EMP ETH LP, and the whole protocol is based on all that stuff. However, I've always been heavier in BNB because the percentage is better, and I've just wondered, well, maybe I'm not actually understanding that right, and maybe I should have more in EMP ETH LP versus eShare BNB LP. I realize it's more risky, but I'm willing to take that. I have that risk tolerance.
For sure. No doubt. Well,
no doubt. Well,
go ahead, Bull.
Go ahead, Bull.
I'm sorry. So I just to be clear, like, I don't have like the value of my EMP account like 50-50 between the boardroom and the eShares BNB farm. I just have those happen to be 50-50 ratios, but what I have in the detonator is actually larger than what I have in the eShares BNB and the boardroom. So and I haven't won the lottery or anything like that. It's just a matter of like you want to try to realize the gains of what LP growth can do for you.
For sure, and I want to talk about the BNB eShare pool definitely. So let me get back to Detonator real fast, and then Kurt, we'll start that conversation up as soon as we're over, because again, that was on my notes to talk about today anyway. Is the different percentage allocations of prioritizing EMP, LP, and then the eShare BNB pool as well. So, all right, guys. Back to Detonator, everything is looking incredible. Our pool balance is 26,380 LP. That is $2.9 million. That is the largest dollar value the pool has seen so far. Again, with Ethereum running up, we're touching 3,400 right now, and that is so bullish. So today we have about 1 minute left, so I'm going to make it fast. We'll see if every day we give away a large deposit bonus and a random lottery winner. So make sure you're compounding last minute. And here we go. Already in 1 minute warning, we have 113 LP as the largest deposit. That's about what won it yesterday. So let's see if that holds up. Again, that's going to be a great payday for the winner. That's about a $10,000 windfall right off the bat. So, oh, no, there it is, 138. All right, we have another snipe. That's amazing. Let's see if that holds up now. 138 is now the new depositor. Again, 30 seconds left. The blockchain takes about 20 seconds to process. So we're going to see some fireworks here, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. 20 seconds. Here we go. I'll do a 10-second countdown. Will 138 take it? Will we see a triple snipe? Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh man, 140, a triple snipe, holy shit, I love it. Oh man, I think that's gonna take it. Let's see if 140 holds up. Wow, what were you? Oh man, that was amazing. So yeah, I think 140 took it. That was a triple snipe right before our eyes. And the pool balance is massive. So let me do a refresh right here, and if somebody can confirm with me on chain what took the largest. Alright, wow guys, amazing. So the pool balance is now 26,743 LP. That means we gained about 50 grand in LP just in the last 2 minutes. That was some amazing last minute rewards for everyone. My heart goes out to the two snipers that lost, but that's the game theory at play, guys. So, and again, even though you lost, you still get credit for your deposit as well as the lottery. We call it a lottery, but it's not really gambling because you still get credit for your initial deposit. So it's just the largest prize and the lottery are bonus on top. So wow, what a day! That was some fireworks right there. I'm hyped. I was already hyped before I got on here, and now I'm even more hyped. So already tomorrow, the lottery is 267 LP. That's just under 30 grand that we're giving away to one lucky winner. And yeah, did anybody win the lottery? I'd love to hear if anybody won live. Feel free to jump on and share that with us. But yeah, we're looking amazing. So congrats to everybody that participated today. And hey, yeah, we get to do it all over again tomorrow. It's just so amazing. We're giving away 30 grand every day. Well, 60 grand really, but 30 grand to the lottery winner. And those winnings are automatically compounded. So that helps the sustainability, where they're not able to dump on us, but they are also able to ROI on that winning. So in reality, you know, over the life of the contract, that 30 grand can turn into almost 100 grand. So really, really exciting stuff, or over 100 grand, really. So alright guys, well, again, that was amazing. I had to catch my breath here. And I wanted to go back into some announcements and other things. Let me go ahead and roll back over on YouTube, and then I'll jump right into it. Alright, let me pull back up our Telegram, and we'll jump right into it here. Bear with me. Alright, everybody. Perfect. So, alright, I'm going to jump right into some notes I have. If you have questions, feel free to jump that. Jump that. I can't even talk. The snipers got me so excited. I have a mush mouth today, so feel free to add your questions in Telegram. If you're on the Telegram voice chat, feel free to interrupt me as we get further along here. And then on YouTube, if you have questions as well, feel free to post those in the comment section as we move forward. But I wanted to start first by what we started the conversation earlier with Kurt about the different LPs. So we have always preached that EMP LP is the best pool to be in, and what I mean by that is in regards to our farms. So EMP LP, it's basically direct exposure to Ethereum with very, very little impermanent loss, because both tokens go up or down at the same rate, and you're able to take profits in E-shares, and by earning those E-shares and not buying them, it's really the most healthy for the protocol, as well as being the most conservative way to earn at a higher percentage. So our recommended allocation is 80%, 80 of your percent of your farm allocation into EMP LP, and 20% into the eShare BNB LP. So again, that is kind of the recommended ratio. Everybody is welcome to do what they want, obviously. But again, the reason you don't want to go heavy into the BNB eShare LP, even though the APRs are higher, they're higher for a reason, because we're rewarding those participants a little bit more, because there's a lot more risk associated with that farm. So again, you know, eShare and BNB both move independently of each other, and you're exposed to a lot more risk of impermanent loss, and you know, it could potentially be you know, something that a new-time investor is not prepared to handle. So if you have a good risk tolerance, though, I mean, that's a great pool to be in. And again, don't overexpose yourself to eShare. It swings very volatile. But again, the idea is to be in a little bit of every pool in the entire ecosystem to begin or continue to earn. So, Kurt, are you still there, bro? Did that answer it for you? Alright, well, I don't know if Kurt is still here, but hopefully that answered some of it.
There I am.
Hey,
You
brother.
had the
Yeah.
admin.
Hey,
The admin muted me, so.
Sorry, Burger. Go ahead.
Oh, no, not a problem. Yeah, it totally does answer my question. I'm just, you know, I have been not doing what you just said, and I guess I've been taking more risk than I don't know if it should, but I haven't been really farming too much in the EP. I'm probably 80-20 the other way, actually. So that's just me. But I totally get what you're saying about the risk tolerance of it. And, I don't know. It's an interesting question. As I was listening to you talk, I was wondering, I've noticed I'm not a math guy, so I don't know if this is even true, but it seems like in some ways that the price of EMP moves around, with the price of eShare somewhat. But obviously Ethereum is doing its own thing, so I think that's what makes it safer, right?
Yeah, for sure. And really, again, the reason that we do... Hang on, I'm going to mute you again so I don't get feedback.
Yeah, sorry. I'm outside.
Alright, so yeah, the reason that you kind of see EMP move somewhat correlated to eShare is because, again, that is the overall mechanism that we talk about on a lot of the AMAs is that, and the reason you don't want to dump EMP directly is because eShare gets its value from us being above peg. So if EMP is higher, theoretically that means we're above peg, and therefore gives eShare more value. So that is a really important thing to consider, and why you don't want to, again, dump your, by dumping eShares to take profit, that is directly basically flooding your own bag, because eShares become less valuable if the boardroom isn't printing, and if eShares are less valuable, then the farm APRs are a lot less as well. So the ecosystem is very complex, but everything is designed to be a positive feedback loop. So when we're above peg, things are better. When we're below peg, again, the idea is there's mechanics in place to get us back to peg. So, and that brings up another really good point, which I want to get into. But before I move on, I just want to make sure we're good to go. So yeah, I would definitely suggest weighting more heavily into EMP LP, because again, at the end of the day, the more EMP LP we have as a protocol, the more the overall liquidity we have, and it's really just the what the fundamental position should be. And yeah, if you want to grow your BNB eShare bag, again, those are some juicy APRs, and that gives more liquidity to eShares as well. The more that's in that pool. So. Yeah, bro. Does that?
Can I ask one follow-up to that?
Yeah,
Can I ask
totally.
one follow-up to that real quick? Sorry, I'm hogging the stage today.
No, I love it.
No, so I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's interesting to me too, because I want to also do what's good for the protocol, because the protocol is doing some great things for me, and I want to be the best actor I can be. So that's really good information. But then taking that to the next logical step in my mind would be, okay, I'm going to put some more money into EMP ETH LP, right? What is the main factor in considering whether you put that in the farm versus in Detonator just the liquidity of your deposit, or do you know what I'm asking? Because if we're dealing with that, then we're looking at the farm versus Detonator.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah.
So yeah, let me answer that. I'm gonna meet you again. Sorry. Alright, yeah, with YouTube and everything, I get feedback, so sorry, guys. But yeah, bro, absolutely. So, right now, Detonator is paying about 1% per day. Again, factoring in the instant rewards and everything that goes with it. So, and the farm, EMP LP, and the farm is about 0.5 to 0.4. So, you are getting a larger percentage yield in Detonator, and that happens for a reason, because, as you said, Kurt, if you're a Detonator, your capital is locked up. So it's a perfect balance of, again, this risk and reward, and it's another example of the amazing game theory that's in our underlying economics, because, again, it's however you want to play the game. If you feel like having access to your funds is more valuable, then stay in the farm and you earn a little bit less. But if you believe in the protocol overall, and again, you don't need to access that capital immediately, and you want to earn much more long term, then Detonator is the perfect example. So both of them function in LP, so they're both equally beneficial to the ecosystem in terms of who's a good actor or not. But it really just boils down to, you know, what you want to earn on your investment. So yeah, that was an amazing question. Does that help, Kurt?
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, I don't know if anybody else got anything out of that, but I got a ton out of it. So I really appreciate you taking the time, and it helps me see it in a slightly different way.
For sure, brother, and that's why we do these AMAs, man. Again, you've been here from pretty much day one, and I appreciate that, and we're all learning, brother. That's the beauty of it. I mean, even myself, I'm in it, you know, every hour, every day, but sometimes I see things or explain things a little bit differently that helps it click for me and the rest of the community. So, absolutely, I don't want anybody to ever feel like they can't ask a certain question or, you know, this is why we do this. So, yeah, awesome, brother. So, and to piggyback on that a little bit, so 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕. So, we had another major discussion with 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕. Again, those of you that have been following, 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕 is our official auto vault partner, and their auto vaults are very, very beneficial. So, what we suggest that you do, again, if you want to be a little more of a hands-off investor and follow the allocations that I just explained to Kurt, you can go into the 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕 auto vaults, and what that does is it automatically takes profit in eShares and converts it into more EMP LP or BNB eShare LP. So that's really important, and we've had an ongoing discussion with 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕 because as part of their protocol, and you know, with tomb forks in general that do not have the complex ecosystem that we do, and their boardroom vaults, which is a whole separate contract, and what that is it takes the boardroom process and automates that as well. But the problem is that it does the exact opposite of what we want to do, and that is to dump EMP for more eShares. So we addressed it with 𝘕𝘰𝘬𝘯𝘕. They were amazing over the last few days. They discontinued the vault, but unfortunately, because the code is immutable, which is exactly what you would hope it would be, we have to kind of wait until those that are in that vault withdraw their funds. So again, this will be less of a problem moving forward, but I just want to update the community. I did a written post about it earlier today, and you can check Telegram and Discord for the actual link. But if you do have funds in that vault, please withdraw them, and they have updated that with a banner as well to tell everyone that the boardroom will be closing, that vault will be closing, and again, it may continue to one of the epochs that again every 6 hours is a payout in the boardroom, and one of those has a very substantial amount of eShare in it, and so that's why we've been seeing some dumping in EMP, even though the rest of the community has been doing the right thing. So again, I just want to make everybody aware. There's nothing that we can really do to mitigate it other than education. So again, spread the word to withdraw from that vault, and you know, over time it will be less and less of an issue anyway. I just don't want that to be a source of negativity in the community. So does anybody want me to talk more about that, or can we move on to the next thing?
Yeah, I'd like to move on to the next thing. AJ, I got a question for you.
Mike, oh my God, brother. What is up, my friend?
Just wondering, yeah, brother, I've been in this thing since the beginning, and just coming on here, just asking a quick question. Hopefully it doesn't take too much of your time, but how do you become such a badass like you, brother?
Yeah. Thanks, Mike. Hell yeah, bro. We're a badass together, bro. It's about this whole community being a badass. So, yes, everybody, Crypto Mike, one of our team members, and he's back.
What's up, guys?
So, Mike, everybody say hi, everybody.
Back.
We missed you, man.
Punch it flying in here. What's going on, guys? Coming down to the ring. You know, hey,
Yeah, guys, it's been quite a last couple of weeks, and I missed you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely back. I'm about to next couple days here, AJ, surprise everybody with this detonator video. Let's go.
I love
And
it, bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, I just
Yes.
got a lot of when I was out in Dubai for a few weeks, I was spreading the word and spoke to a few marketing agencies, as I told you, and that might be good. I don't know. It might be good for the protocol. Maybe just, maybe just some of the things that were, sliding under the desk here and there, putting 50s and 100s in people's hands. Can you do something for me, bro?
For sure,
But yeah,
man.
it's going to be good, man. There's so many people that were impressed by what we were doing, man. And I'm talking the big major people that I spoke to that are mainly in the marketing world. So these are like companies that market for different, projects. And when I told them what we were doing, they're vetting projects. They don't just accept any project, And so when they looked at what we were doing, they were just like, how come you guys aren't like at least 20x your market cap right now? And I was just sitting there like, well, it's word of mouth, and we're, we kind of hit a little bear market there for a second, and we're still in a weird place. We need to conquer these charts for a minute before we feel comfortable. But yeah, and then I was explaining just all the bullish things that we've done and doing, and it was really cool. And they were like, well, so who's like leading this project? I was like, well, let me tell you the story about the Select 7, now Select 6. So it was awesome, man. And
For sure.
you being on here every day and showing that consistency, brother. I mean, everyone in here knows that that's how a true leader leads, right? Consistency, and everyone in here trusts that you're going to do what you say if you say you're going to do something, and that goes for the team, So just cool stuff, man. And yeah, you're a badass, bro, and the whole team is badass. Yeah, but you're a badass, man. I just want to say that. I don't think you get enough props.
No, brother, I appreciate that. Again, we love all you guys, and we really are building something special here with EMP, and we missed you, Mike, again. For those of you that weren't in the loop, Mike is one of our team members, Player One Signals. He has a YouTube channel with a great following as well as a private chat that has made some insane gains. And yeah, man, we're happy to have you back. Mike is, again, one of our marketing experts, along with Demi, who's another part of our team, and they've been killing it. So Mike was in Dubai for about like almost 12 days, right, bro? You were there for a while.
20 days. Yeah, it was a
Holy
long
shit.
time, man.
Yeah. So yeah,
it was great.
You want to just real fast, bro? You want to just tell everybody about Dubai and it being the mecca of crypto?
Sure.
Like, I was
It
stoked,
is.
bro.
It is
Yeah.
the Mecca. It was actually on Coin Desk today. There was an article about how the crypto friendliness of Dubai has really paid off, right? I'll just tell you the truth. I really thought it was kind of blew my mind because, like, coming from the States, if I were to tell you guys right now, like, I have seed round allocations for the top-notch projects that haven't been out yet. What do you think? People would be a little impressed. They'd be like, can I get in? Right? Everyone would probably
Yes,
be
please.
like that. Well,
Yeah.
well, yes, please. Yeah. Well, if you're in Dubai, all right, and I went to 3 crypto events. I went to the WoW Summit, and I went to the Crypto Expo. That was huge. You got diamond level, but basically people that paid 20 grand just to have a booth, okay? And so these are like serious projects. And so I talked to a lot of the owners. I was on a yacht with 2 billionaires the day after that. I mean, every day was something crazy, but like, I'll tell you this, the way you do it in Dubai, you just walk up and you say, hey, I really like the project. They kind of talk to you for a second. You're like, cool. So you guys in some type of funding round? They're like, oh yeah, we're in, first round of funding, and it launches, whatever at 12 cents or whatever it launches at. And then the launch, or not launches, but the funding round is at 12 cents and we launch at $1. You're like, okay, all right, can I get in on that? Or like, how, and I didn't even ask like that. I was like, oh, cool. So I run a YouTube channel, I'm an influencer, I'm in crypto. And the girl actually that I was with, she stopped me and she said, oh, you don't even need to do that. He wants in on your seed round funding. And they're like, oh yeah, sure, here you go. Like, done. It was just done. So if you want in on seed round fundings, it's not hard. You just have to be in Dubai. You just have to go to Dubai. And literally, man, like, it's not a big deal. You can just walk up and say, I like your project. Are you raising capital? They say yes, and it's done. Because in Dubai, they don't question it. That you're able to do that legally and without a KYC. Now, in the States, it can get a little tricky, and even in some parts of the world, it gets a little tricky depending on your demographic and everything. But the beautiful thing is that, you know, I've discovered a company out there. It was the biggest project I came across in a long time. I actually told them all about EMP, and there are echo zones, which are zones in the world. There's about 5,400 of them around the globe. They're called echo zones. I believe I'm saying that right. And it's this zone. It's a zone within a jurisdiction of a country. Okay, so take for instance this company called Oz that I think I mentioned to you, AJ, a little bit. I just did an AMA with them today, actually. And the guy's a billionaire, first of all, and he talks about how you can essentially stake their token, have citizen or residency, in the Philippines by staking their token because it's part of the echo zone within the jurisdiction of the Philippines. This is all legal, by the way, and this is how the rich get rich. This is what usually major corporations have access to, but now it's trickled down because of crypto. We're able to have access. So if you stake the Oz token, you get access. You can open up a bank account in the Philippines. You can literally transfer your crypto there, and you get a credit card right here in the United States, wherever you do not have to run your business from the Philippines, and you have a certain amount of anonymity, but you have to KYC. That doesn't mean you're not eligible. You have to. I mean, it's not like you're completely. It's not all crypto. I just wanted to be clear. So this is not really a crypto thing. You're just doing it through crypto to get the residency, and then essentially you're basically living and spending your money out of that bank account, and it is absolutely tax free. The first 5 years you do not pay any taxes. After that, it's a 5% flat tax. But this has changed lives. Actually, there's a TED Talks speaker. He is he's a brain surgeon, and I met him on the yacht, and super cool guy. And he was the first case study for the Oz finance company. And essentially, they didn't even launch their token. They waited for the government to release the official statement that it was legal, like their company was merged with the Filipino government, and that they were having these thousands of acres of land that's theirs. They're actually building a 3D metaverse. They're mapping the land right now. They're going to build on it, and you're going to have 3 layers of metaverse on their land as well in this particular part. The project is retarded. They're raising $249 million, and that's just to start. That's because they're building all this stuff on the land. So anyways, when I talk to you about, like, yeah, there's levels, right, in crypto, and like there's levels of these projects. All, you know, so many people want these little degen plays, which is great because it's like fast income, you know, you can get in, but you can get wrecked too, of course. But the point is like these longer plays with these companies that are just major, where do you find them? Where are they at? Well, they're in Dubai, man. It's the Mecca. And so it's just everyone is in Dubai. It used to be Singapore. Unfortunately, you know, with the Asian governments cracking down on crypto, everyone's moved out, man. All the miners have left Asia. All the big boys, they left. They're in Dubai. So energy's cheap in Dubai. They never have a flicker in Dubai. It's always on. All right, cleanest streets you've ever seen, safest streets you've ever seen in your life. It's the safest place in the world. It has less crime than any other place in the world. You never see a cop. They're hidden behind all the cameras. So you do lose a little bit of like your privacy. So like even if you're speeding, you're going to get a ticket. It doesn't matter. Like you don't have to get pulled over by a cop. You're just going to get it in the mail. If you do something wrong on a back alley street that you think you're clever and you're going to like try to rob somebody or something like that, first of all, you're going to get caught because even if there's no camera in that street alley, they're everywhere around. Okay, so you're just going to get caught, and there's facial recognition cameras. They're the most advanced city in the world. So I was blown away. I've never seen anything like it in my life. When you're standing underneath the Burj Khalifa and the tip of it is literally in the freaking clouds, it's mind blowing. It's breathtaking. It's unbelievable, and I cannot wait to go back. And to anybody listening who's thinking that you know, there's certain like rights taken away, they're very harsh, all this stuff, it's very free. I'll tell you, you don't have to cover up if you're a woman. You just have to be respectful. Okay, so respectful meaning you respect all religions, you respect all politic point of views. Okay, that's how they live. And if you're disrespectful, your ass is going to get in trouble. I don't know what that is. I don't care to know what that is. You know what I mean? We just know it's harsh. Okay. So don't do anything stupid and just have fun and don't get drunk on the street. They don't like that shit. You won't even find liquor in the liquor stores. I mean, in the stores, because there's no liquor stores, which is refreshing, man. This is like, I got back to nasty, grimy shithole LA at LAX. And honestly, I looked around, I go, what the fuck? Am I in a third world goddamn country? What is going on right now? Like, I literally thought, this is a piece of shit. What's going on? We're falling apart here. I just came back from the cleanest, safest place in the world, and I land in LA, and I feel like I'm literally, you know, in a third world country. And no offense to anybody that might be in a third world country, but the fact of the matter is like, LA is, I mean, we're supposed to be in America. And I'll tell you something ironic. When I was there, every taxi driver, and it doesn't matter who you drive with, they're all safe, they're all respectful, they're all just, they just want us, everyone just wants you and them to get along and be happy, okay? So every taxi driver I spoke with, anybody I spoke with there, they asked me where I'm from. I said the United States. They go, wow. They're all impressed. They're all just like, wow, the United States is amazing. It's the best place in the world. And I got to be honest, I told them, I was like, well, have you ever been? So I'm not saying that there's not more opportunity. Remember, Dubai was really created or built, I should say, in the last 50 years. In fact, like the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, discovered oil only 50 years ago. Isn't that crazy? So they discovered they had trillions of dollars, basically. And so, yeah, so it's very easy to build something when it's new, right? And if you can imagine, there's no guns there at all. They don't allow it in the country. And so it's kind of easy and 50 years ago, the technology was so much more advanced. Think about New York 50 years ago. It was already, I mean, we were already building skyscrapers. It was insane. America was the spearhead of modern day technology. But now, guys, this is where we're at. This is just where we're at. We're getting left behind. I'm telling you, we're getting way left behind. And there's got to be cities here in the United States that catch up. And I don't know, man. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do it in the time frame, because they're building. I mean, you guys, they said at one point, 30% of all the cranes, you know, like a crane, 30% of all cranes were in Dubai. And this is recent. So that's how much building they're doing. So it was incredible. And I got to meet a lot of new projects coming out. I got to sit with some of the top marketing companies in the world. And I got to tell them all about EMP, and I got to tell them all about what we're trying to do with my other project, where we're rolling out kind of a mastermind membership, a course as well, for people that are newer to crypto, and it's awesome. And so they loved it. And so it's just a place that I think is the mecca of crypto. And AJ, when, you know, if you ever get a chance to go, I'll go again with you, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
and by the way,
no, I'm bullish.
all the crypto events, we're invited to all that, by the way.
Yeah, brother, you got me bullish on Dubai, man. Hell yeah, like I told you, you know, I think the next meetup, we need to have an EMP meetup in Dubai. I mean, that's on my.
Let me tell you, that would blow minds. And however much, I mean, you guys can do some research on it. You guys can see what I'm talking about. But however, whatever you think it might be a negative, I'll tell you. Here's the conversation I had with my mentor. I spoke to him. He stays in Dubai, right? He's staying at the it's a place, the Burj, not Burj Khalifa, but the Burj. They call it the Burj. I forget, the Burj Al Arab. That's what it is. It's inside this hotel. Everything that you see that is a gold color is made of gold. And let me tell you guys, everything's freaking made of gold. It's unbelievable. I mean, there's more gold in that place than I've ever seen in my life. And so he's staying there. He's like, hey, you got to come to Dubai, you know, and he's well off. He's my mentor. He's way well off. And he's like, hey, you got to come to Dubai. It's a crypto capital, and I'll show you around, you know. And there was some events going on, and I got off the phone with him. I'm downstairs in my house. My wife's cooking and, you know, in the kitchen with me. And I got off, and I'm like, man, that's so cool, man. He's in Dubai, you know. And she's like, oh, really? How's he like it? It's like, he said it's the safest place in the world. Isn't that weird? And my wife was just like, really? It's like, aren't they strict? They're going to like chop your hand off if you curse or something, right? And so we kind of made fun of it. And then I said, God, you know, I trust him. And if he's saying that, he doesn't lie. Like this is my mentor. Like, I know he doesn't BS, right? And she's like, wow, so now you want to go to Dubai, huh? I'm like, yeah, but there's, you know, it's a 16-hour flight. I have 2 kids. I mean, what do you know? No. And I just told her like that. I was like, well, I mean, what are we going to, and she goes, well, babe, I mean, we were in Africa 2 years ago around this time. We went to Paris 3 years ago around this time. Maybe it's time we go there. And I was like, I looked at her, I was like, are you serious? You would do that? You would go to Dubai? She's like, yeah, we could drop the kids off at my parents' house in California and go. Dude, I'm not even kidding you. I thought all for 3 seconds, maybe. I pulled out my phone. I texted him. This was 3 minutes after I got off the phone, maybe. All right. I texted him. I said, "Hey, brother, just to let you know, I'm headed out to Dubai in the next couple of weeks," because I didn't know the date. So he hit me back. He said, "Haha, you know, whatever." Later that night, and it was really early morning his time, so he didn't see it till the next day. But I sent him a picture of the tickets, and then he was like, "What the hell, bro? You're really coming out here on a whim?" And I was like, "Don't question me. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it." So then he went to Turkey, and I said, "Hey, bro, I'm going to Turkey." And he was like, "Holy shit, what flight are you on?" He really bought it. I was like, "I'm not going to Turkey. I'm going back home. I'm going to Dallas." But anyway, so now anytime I say I'm going to do something, it's like he's going to believe me. But it was amazing, man. Yeah. And AJ, there's an event in Miami, the NFT, I forget what it's called, but it's coming up here. And we're invited to all this stuff. We have the VIP to all of it because now, well, the company that I told you about, like we're in with, like we have the velvet rope, anything we want.
No
So,
doubt, brother. Well, and that was,
yeah.
again, I know and I was excited to have you back. I wanted you to do a deep dive on all that, but really, I mean, again, that is the whole point of having Mike do these, work play trips on behalf of not only what he has going on, but on behalf of EMP as well, because, again, I mean, we're making connections with these projects that, are the exact projects that we want to, be colleagues with. So, yeah, man, I'm super, super stoked, and for sure, man, we're not too far from Miami, so I gotta get with you, and we'll do an announcement in the Telegram chat if any of you fly in for that conference. I've been trying to put something together for that as well. We can do some sort of mini meetup. But yeah, I mean, as we move forward and as we grow, those of you that saw the roadmap video in the EMP Academy, I mean, we have every intention of doing conferences and again, meetups, and whether it's in Miami or Dubai or wherever the road takes us, we're ready. So yeah, brother,
Yeah, man.
happy to have you.
AJ.
Yeah, thanks for going through all that. Matthew, what's up, my friend?
Hey, man. Hey, just Christian for Crypto Mike. Firstly, Dubai. I love Dubai. I've been there a couple of times. It's awesome, man. But I just wanted to know specifically for EMP, what results came out of that? I mean, you're talking about seed funding. Has EMP Treasury got an opportunity for that? You're talking to different projects. For what result for EMP?
Yeah, so basically, brother, first of all, you never know what kind of partnerships come about, right? So everybody that I met there, I was just telling them, yeah, great, I'm an influencer, I do this and that. And then once I get to know them, and I don't care whether they're a gaming project or what, I'll just tell them, hey, yeah, so I'm actually really close with this project. You should check it out. And they're all, checking it out on the fly on their phones and, their computers and everything. So what I got from it was, did you know, a real side note, this Crypto WorldCon Miami, okay, AJ, Jordan Belfort is going to speak at that. We got to go to that, dude. Okay, but anyways, when you're going there, it'll link right now. When you go to these things and you meet people, you never know what comes of it. Okay, so from my point of view, the biggest advantage that I had was speaking to the marketing companies, not necessarily the projects. I was just making a comment that look, it's like people. There's jaw drops here when you tell them you're in some type of pre-sale, let alone a private pre-sale, let alone third, second, first round funding, right? Seed round. And so it's not a big deal in Dubai. It's just, I was just making a comment that's just crazy. So if you want those kind of projects, you go to Dubai, you go to these events. But honestly, even when you go to these events in Miami and different places, I believe it might be the same thing. When you meet them face to face, it's much harder to try to get on someone's, Telegram and ask them, hey, can I get in your, private round? They're like, I don't know you, and you're talking to an admin, and you're not even talking to the person. When you go to these events, you're talking to like the CEO, you're talking to the people that run it. So the biggest advantage, to answer your question, I think the biggest advantages that I came across were a couple of marketing companies, and AJ already knows about them. So what we have an ability to do is basically go through these marketing companies for specific things specific avenues of marketing that we maybe haven't done before. In particular, there's a PR company that I was able to showcase our project to, and they pretty much showed me, a package that they would put together for us at a very low rate that would allow us to essentially brand a little bit better, and like a little bit differently than we've done before. Magazines, brand, like more PR stuff, press release type of stuff. And that type of stuff doesn't typically move market cap like instantly. What happens though is over time, your branding becomes kind of a household name, right? So it's more for, honestly, these bigger projects lean on branding a little more than they do like those smaller, plays where you're getting like social medias to tweet about you. That moves market cap really fast, but it doesn't long term. It doesn't really brand you. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
And just with the PR side, that's a good point. I reckon the next, if it's possible, AJ, Crypto Mike, Demi, if he's on this call, in the next conferences, maybe it'd be great to get some photos for Twitter, some just some PR stuff. If you guys, I don't know, if you guys have an EMP T-shirt, just
exactly,
that kind of stuff.
Brother. Yeah, what we want to do, and what I think, what AJ and what we want to do is, I think that we're going to talk about this more because I just got back. I mean, literally, I just got back yesterday. So we're going to talk about it more. But I think the idea would be that let's go check these conferences out. Let's go check out a couple. This one's coming up real soon. Let's go to some, let's go to at least one, right? This is a pretty big one actually. And let's see what it's all about, right? And let's see how we can fit in, because I'd love to see EMP at a booth. Yeah, I'd love to see us have some clout at these conferences and have AJ up on stage speaking. Oh my God, it'd be so epic. That would be so epic. Yes.
No doubt. Let's do it, bro. Hell yeah.
Dude, people would trip. They want to know about certain, like, I bet you could become a keynote speaker, brother. You're perfect for it. And people want to know the edge of DeFi. And the algo project we have is the edge. This is the edge. I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than this. We got nodes. We got Detonator. We got an algo coin. I mean, it is complex. And so explaining that and breaking all this down, what I did note is that a lot of the projects out there were gaming, and a lot of the projects were utility based, which was really cool because I got to see a lot of projects that are trying to solve issues, which is really cool, right? But these are like, man, these are long-term investments. Like, it's going to take them years to really grow. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that makes sense, but when you have like a major utility token that's trying to solve a world problem, and there's a bunch of them, who knows which ones are going to really make it, right? But these gaming projects were pretty much everywhere. P2E gaming, and there's different types, and metaverse and all this, but not a lot of DeFi, man. Like, really very, I can't even tell you one DeFi project. Well, there was one. Mars Protocol was there. They did pretty well. You guys might know who that is, but they were there. But other than that, I didn't even see another DeFi project. So I feel like there's a little bit of a gap in knowledge, and I feel like DeFi is a space where, I'm just going to say it, kind of like you got to be a little bit of a nerd. You got to actually learn. And I don't know, maybe I'm off on that a little bit, but it was something that I saw just wasn't there. So having someone that is a pro in the DeFi space that's actually running a project could be a big deal. You never know. It could be a big deal. And I talked to a lot of people who were blown away by, what I was building on the DeFi side of things as well. And with the course AJ and stuff like that, and then when I brought up EMP, they're just like, "Holy crap, dude! Like, you're on the edge of the cryptoverse." And it's like, "Yeah, well, you should talk to AJ," so yeah, we should definitely work it in, man.
For sure, guys.
For sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, to recap on what we've had a lot of internal discussions, and we're gonna make it a little more transparent once we have things kind of locked in, but. To Mike's point, I mean, the PR end of things, that was really some of the major contacts. Again, there was one team that we're in touch with now that we're kind of dipping our toe in the water, so to speak, but they would write articles on our behalf for Yahoo Finance and Cointelegraph and Bloomberg. I mean, like, major publications that we haven't done. I mean, we've done influencers, we've done paid ads, and but this is a whole nother level of marketing, and like Crypto Mike said, it's about moving us into the next level of more brand awareness. So again, guys, it's all about scaling into it, and the contacts that Mike made as far as projects go, I mean, yeah, absolutely, there could be opportunity moving forward, whether it's a partnership or again maybe a future use case for EMP. I mean, there's a lot, and really the bottom line is we want to be out there, so to speak. We're out here, I mean, that's what we want to do, and have EMP in front of the right people, and yeah, I mean, whether it's we start in Miami or a major international trip for most of the team, we have every intention of again being in booths or keynote speakers, hopefully eventually. I mean, who knows? So yeah, absolutely, that's great.
And I wasn't even even if you don't have a booth or you're not a speaker, I'm just thinking, imagine if we get a couple of shots. Maybe imagine if Crypto Mike, when he was over in Dubai, we get a couple of shots with Crypto Mike with EMP merch in front of a banner saying.
Well, he was yeah, no doubt, Matthew. Mike, you were on a camel, bro. We could have had you. We could have had the EMP merch while you were riding the camel, man.
I was so funny when I told. I was telling AJ. I sent him an audio. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm yada yada yada, but I gotta go, man. I gotta go ride a camel." he hit me back. He was like, "Dude, you're hilarious right now." But it was
one
real.
hump or two.
Always two, man. They got always two humps, man. but it was amazing, man, and the whole experience was amazing. And I was there for just to in all transparency, I was there to shoot a lot of video because I'm planning on rolling out this course and this mastermind. I needed a lot of video for the course, and so we had a cinematographer and we just tried to get as much video as we could, but yeah, I think all in all, I want to go back to Dubai. I want to, I'd love to go with the team, man. If we can make a team trip, that would be epic. And it's just such a long flight, guys. It's 16 hours on a plane. And if you're not in first class or even business class where you can lay down, which I wasn't, it was a difference between, $4,000 or $1,000. What was it? It was the difference between $4,000 for my wife, myself, and my little one. She's 5.5. We left the baby with grandma and grandpa, but it was a difference between $4,000 and $40,000. So I was like,
wow.
I guess I'll just do the $4,000 for right now. I mean, I am Crypto Mike. I could just flex, but no, I'm gonna chill. No, I just figured, why spend that much money on a flight? I can't justify it. I don't know. I'll suffer. And what's funny? There was a lot of rows that were empty, so I got to just lay down anyways.
Perfect. Yeah, no doubt. Well, and again, guys, I wanted to bring Mike back on to kind of give everybody an update. I know, we're all a family here, so I know it's real informal today, but I wanted you guys to, again, welcome him back. We're happy to have you. Mike is our resident hype man, so now he'll be more available. And again, moving forward too, Mike, I wanted to just kind of, have you help us bring our YouTube channel to the forefront. So we've been talking about doing like a weekly recap of the overall crypto markets, where Mike has a lot more production value than I do. We're trying to share my screen and
we're gonna make it happen.
But yeah, bro. So yeah, that's on your radar.
Got you. Yeah. I'm in there right now. I was looking at the channel earlier. There's no tags. There's no. I'm just like, okay, we're gonna make this happen. So future videos. You know what it is, man? It's just getting in front of the stream, the right audience. And that's it. You get in front of these audiences, and all of a sudden you get people watching. And yeah, man, we have an entertaining thing with the lottery. I think it's going to capture a lot of attention.
No doubt, and that's the goal, guys. I mean, we really want to have. I mean, today was an awesome example. With the triple snipe at the last minute. Like, imagine when those snipes are like, hundreds of thousands. Like, it's going to be epic. So yeah, I think again we want to definitely bring that to the forefront, and again we appreciate those of you joining us on YouTube even right now, and we'll promise to make it even that much better. So yeah, all right, awesome, Mike. I'm gonna move on to some other stuff. Anything else you want to say, Mike? Or
man, no, just do your thing, of course, man. I'm just
awesome, brother.
Anything you guys need, reach out.
We're happy to have you back, man. No doubt. So. All right, guys. Again, today was a lot more informal. I have a few more announcements as we go, and then I'll open it up to more questions. Yeah, so speaking of partnerships, and again, Mike is definitely working on all that. But we had an awesome development in a previous partnership today. So 𝘠𝘩𝘢𝘯𝘯𝘕 Mining Club, they were our first official partnership, and what they are was an NFT-based project where the NFTs actually have use case. So by minting the NFTs, that money is put into a treasury, and then that treasury is used to purchase Bitcoin miners and other investment vehicles to grow the treasury. And we had worked with that team behind the scenes for about a month. They doxed to us. I felt really comfortable with what they're doing, and I love an NFT project that has actual use case. So part of their commitment to us was to invest in EMP after the mint of what they did, and today they made good on that. So I had an AMA in their Telegram earlier. You guys can listen to it if you want. I posted it in our Telegram. But they have committed 20 grand from their treasury to go into EMP LP. As soon as they do that transaction, we will post the actual blockchain transaction, but it should be in the next day or two. And again, it's just an amazing way that we can support each other in different projects. And again, it's a win-win for everybody, because now their treasury is exposed to earning EMP and Ethereum as well as Bitcoin, and we're benefiting from 20 grand of added liquidity in the protocol. And again, we're giving them the white glove treatment, so all their investment strategies will be helpful to the protocol overall. So I just want to mention that again, and they are still minting some of their NFTs, so if those of you may be interested in that, go ahead and jump on over. But it's a long-term relationship with 𝘠𝘩𝘯𝘯𝘠. We're excited to have them follow through with what they said they're going to do, and that's what it boils down to. I mean, we want to work with projects that do what they say and say what they do. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's
so,
solid.
Yeah.
That's super.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good
man.
to hear that, man. Because it's reciprocated too.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I mean, as we grow our treasury back, maybe we diversify into some of those 𝘠𝘩𝘯𝘯𝘠s ourselves from our treasury. So I know I have personally, but yeah, it's about building a long-term relationship. So, all right, that was that news. Let me double check my notepad. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the updates. We were drifting away from PEG a little bit earlier today. Again, before that good actor stepped in with about 40 grand of market buying, but I want to bring that up because it's actually a very interesting mechanic that I underestimated a little bit originally. And what that means is, as the price of Ethereum goes up, it actually takes a lot more buying pressure to push PEG up or down. And so that's why, again, we saw EMP climbing in price, but we were still losing PEG over the last 24 hours. I mean, now we're good to go, but I just want to make that clear. And it's another reason why, we shouldn't really be focusing on PEG too much, because, again, the mechanics at play are going to affect what's happening. So the good news is, though, is that as EMP and Ethereum get more expensive, it also works the other way around. So I talk about a concrete floor a lot, which is, again, meaning that theoretically, as the liquidity grows, that we have an easier time staying above PEG, even with dumping. So again, it works the other way around in a positive manner, in the fact that when EMP and ETH are expensive, dumping it is going to have less of an effect on the overall PEG ratio. So yeah, again, I just want to kind of clear that up. There was some talk in Telegram today. I wanted to expand on that. So alright, guys, I'm going to open it up to some questions. Anybody want me to go over anything or have anything to say?
I can always say stuff.
for sure, Bull. So let's go with Bull. You go first, and then Jurassic one. I think you're. Do you have a question too?
Jurassic, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so I was just wondering, you talked about how you described at least EMP as a shard of Ethereum. Would it be wrong to maybe consider it as a like a representational dollar on the Ethereum standard? In the same way you see on gold standard?
So yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. Honestly, I've never really thought about it in those terms. But yeah, I mean, we are kind of doing fractionalized banking, and that's going to come into play a lot as well down the road when we implement collateralization. So we have a plan on partnering with, again, I don't know if it's going to be this platform, but they do it, and that's Abracadabra. And we may even build our own sister platform if we need to. But yeah, the idea of like fractionalized banking or a dollar reserve kind of situation, and that is definitely on our roadmap and something we can implement. I think the easier way to think about it, and which I said in the last AMA, is it's basically EMP is fractionalized Ethereum 4,000 to 1. So basically, just like Satoshi value is a fractionalized version of Bitcoin, even though it's still Bitcoin. You can again think of EMP as a fractionalized version of Ethereum, and that comment or statement would not matter if it was math alone. But the fact that we have 6 million and pushing 7 million with everything pumping almost 7 million in liquidity, that half of that is already the native Ethereum, that backs up that statement. So does that help, Jurassic?
Not really. I already had that part.
Okay.
I just have that. I just been toying with the whole the whole currency issue for a few days now.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
So what's your? I can try to go into a little bit more. I'm still not 100% sure on what your.
No, that's right. It's like you used to be $1 on the gold standard, right? So
Yeah.
$5 got you that amount of gold directly.
Correct.
I just been playing with the idea of EMP being the same thing, but instead of being on a gold standard, it was on an Ethereum standard.
For sure. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think what you're saying would apply, because again the reserves, the LP so to speak, acts as the reserve, and it's a 50% ratio because half of it is still EMP. But I think what you're saying, the same principles would apply. And again, I mean, we've even toyed around with and this plays into a contract that we may be launching sooner than later that does incorporate a BUSD element, a stablecoin, into the system, and we can potentially bond around that and the value of our treasury to be able to earn more BUSD while still bolstering the treasury. So yeah, there's a lot at play, bro. And honestly, I've never really thought about it like that until you mentioned it. So I'm gonna definitely marinate on that one.
Okay, thanks.
For sure, brother. So, all right, Bull, you there?
Yeah, I am, AJ.
All right, go ahead, man.
Okay. Yeah, so I just wanted to tell everybody, go into the Hydro Whales Telegram community, show them some love for, investing in our community. And, they're good people. And I gave this example on the AMA. It's here, we're involved with a project that is effectively mining Ethereum with software, and they're mining Bitcoin with hardware. So it's birds of the same feather, right? They just happen to be on a different road. And so, it's important to obviously not put all your eggs in one basket, but realize like these are good people running this project. It's a good project. So show them love for investing in our community and our project. So And that it gives you, you know, an exposure to Bitcoin if you don't want to have a noisy ASIC miner in your house, and you have somebody else running it and doing all the day-to-days for you. That's all.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Bull, and thank you for joining me on that AMA today. And again, another really unique way of looking at it, just like Bull said, especially with nodes, because nodes are EMP in and EMP out. You can almost consider nodes as like miniature Ethereum miners. I mean, it really, and not to mention the output is about, you know, 100% more efficient than an actual ETH miner. So yeah, I mean, again, when you start thinking about things in different terms, it really can be quite powerful on what we have built here. So yeah, absolutely, bro. Do you want to expand on that, Bull? Yeah.
Yeah, I do, because I pay $1,000 in electricity to mine Ethereum, so the nodes are actually monumentally better than my GPUs. I just happen to keep GPU mining because I've done it for so long. But the nodes don't cost you any electricity, and it's a 4x return, you know, over a shorter time period with no electricity cost, no GPU cost, no heat, da 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 da.
Absolutely, brother. So, yeah, man, no doubt. So hopefully that helps people, again, conceptualize things a little bit better. And it's what makes EMP so different. So, all right, awesome. Any other questions? Anybody in YouTube? Feel free to comment a question or jump on. I have time for a few more here, and then we'll wrap it up. We have a lot in the works. Again, the James Peloton video is still about to drop. Again, I mean, bear with us. He's a very busy guy. He does like 2 or 3 projects a day. So he had some backlog, but by all means, it's coming. And he has a special place on his heart for EMP. He really liked what we were doing. So I'm thinking that he's strategically waiting to launch that video at the right time to really have an impact. So, and again, that's the first of many. We're going to have a long-term relationship with James as well. I mean, anybody that we get involved with, you know, we do it on a long time frame, and we just don't want to partner with anybody, both from an influencer standpoint and a project standpoint. So, and yeah, there's a lot more coming. Again, I don't want to give too much alpha, but we're working on another contract that I mentioned about 2 minutes ago. I'm not really ready to give the details yet, but that's coming. And there's another thing that may be happening that has been on our radar for a while now that hopefully will finally be coming to fruition. So again, we're always developing, we're always moving forward, and every day is a new possibility. So all right, guys, any more last minute questions or comments? All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap it up then. I don't see any other questions in Telegram or YouTube. Amazing snipe today, triple snipe today, and yeah, and we're printing. I know that was
a guy in my a guy in the VIP group won. By the way,
nice.
Yeah,
brother.
he hit me on. Yeah. He already posted his win.
Killer. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I think I recognized the name. So yeah, that's awesome. And again,
I think twice.
Yeah, no
Ross
doubt.
man, are you here?
Is Ross here?
Man. Yeah, Ross is here. What's up, man? So I think he won. I think he won twice. I don't know. I was like, how did you win twice, dude? How does that even happen? It's amazing.
Yeah, Ross, are you there, bro? You wanna? I'm guessing he's been compounding, like you should be, right? I don't know if you're there, Ross. You wanna give us a little heads up? Or?
Sorry if I wasn't supposed to say that, Ross. My bad. I was just thinking about it. He hit me up, but yeah, I just whatever. Yeah, it's awesome, man.
All right, no doubt.
Won.
Yeah, he might not have a microphone, but I know he's been a long-term community member, and again, as we move forward, the chances of people winning twice become less and less. But you know, and again, it's not a matter of being unfair, because those that are compounding, are they deserve to have more chances to win. So again, good for him, and those of us that are here early are really you know, gonna win no matter what. So again, and that is one last thing I want to end on. So after this AMA, I'm gonna come up with a an announcement that is in regards to our multiplier. So I touched on this a little bit yesterday, but we are planning on implementing our multiplier in the next 24 hours. And what that does in the boardroom, and honestly, it's been amazing that we haven't had to do this at all. And really, my initial thought was that we would only implement the multiplier if the contract balance was draining. But there's also a hidden you know, benefit that I wasn't really anticipating originally, and Jake, again, our developer, brought this up, and it's so true, is that the the multiplier on Detonator will actually incentivize not only deposits and compounding, but in turn, it basically de-incentivizes claiming. And again, that doesn't mean that you're going to make less, but it does mean that, you know, that someone that gets in or wins the lottery and just does a straight claim day after day after day after day, eventually, you know, they have a less of a share in the overall system. So the idea is that you want to compound and take a larger percentage of your claim every day. So again, not only is that more healthy for the protocol or Detonator, but it's also more beneficial to you as the investor, because you build your LP and then you take a larger percentage each time. So again, I'm going to do a whole write-up on that for those of you again that want to read it. It's a little bit easier to explain written down, but just know that it's bullish for everybody, because again, the only people that are slightly affected are ones that have been claiming you know, over and over and over again. So again, the idea, and we talk about this too a lot, you can turn Detonator into a paycheck. And what I mean by that is, if you're compounding, you know, say you compound, you know, Monday through Friday, and then you claim on Saturday and Sunday, then you will never hit your max ROI. You won't be diluted hardly at all, especially when you do the multiplier. And again, you turn it into a money tree, you know, a passive income money printer. So those are really the overall strategies that we try to recommend, and yeah, together we'll all succeed. So yeah, we'll update all of you on that in the next 24 hours, and yeah, we're excited. So boardroom is printing. Again, we have a very small debt phase we have to get through, but we're already at 400% APR. That should be about 2,000% APR in the next few hours. So yeah, everything's looking great. Again, happy to be part of the EMP community, and we appreciate all of you guys. So alright, I'm going to wrap it up for today. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow, and we'll look forward to having you back. So alright, good night, good day everybody. Take it easy.